Students, now we are going to study the construction of a PMBOL 9 vector from a PMBOL 8 vector. We have already studied about the construction of a PMBOL 8 vector. This is by inserting a part of the F1 fat genome into PUC 8 vector. So this PMBOL 8 vector is also having a laxy region with a multiple cloning site. See, this is the PMBOL 8 vector with laxy region, and this laxy region having a multiple cloning site. These English letters R, S, B, A, H, P, H, etc. are various restriction sites. Those are present within the multiple cloning site. See, this is the more detailed picture of PMBOL 8 vector or the laxy region of the PMBOL 8 vector or PUC 8. Is having a laxy region with multiple cloning site. This multiple cloning site having ECOR1, SMA1, BAMH1, SAR1, ACC, HIN2, PST, HIN3, etc. So this is the PMBOL vector with the laxy having a multiple cloning site. For the construction of PMBOL 9, what we have to do is that you have to cut open the vector with the ECOR1 restriction enzyme. So that ECOR1 restriction enzyme that cuts over here. See this R indicates over here in the vector. This is the ECOR1 side, and the ECOR1 restriction enzyme cut over here. Hence, the vector PMBOL 8 may get opened. See, this is the opened vector. This opened vector having protruding ends at both the sides. See, this is the opened region with the ECOR1. After ligation, this overhanging region interacts or hybridizes to this region, and then altogether a 4 nucleated length region may be regenerated. But here, what you are going to do is that after a restriction digestion, you need to fill the gap in between these. This can be possible with the clinophragments. Hence, the protruding ends get filled, and this region also get filled. So here forms a 4 nucleated length double stranded region. Here also forms a 4 nucleated filled region. Then after that you have to ligate the vector. Then this 4 nucleated and this 4 nucleated region altogether 8 nucleated may be formed. This is what is known as target site duplication. A target site duplication may be occurred that is more enough to disrupt the reading frame of the laxi. The beta galactosidase enzyme produced from the disrupted laxi may be non-functional. That cannot produce a blue-colored colony. So the colony may be white-colored one. So after this enzyme treatment and filling of those gaps, this PMBOL 8 can only produces white-colored colonies. Okay. Now, this lambda NM616 is another vector having a wild type laxi region. So that wild type laxi region produces beta galactosidase. So this lambda NM616 that can forms a blue colored plaques. But actually the problem is that this beta galactosidase gene over here, that is laxi gene over here in the lambda NM61 doesn't have a multiple cloning site. And now we are going to co-transform a bacterial cell with white colony producing Pmble 8 and blue colony producing lambda NM 616. So now a bacterial cell having these two vectors into it. We know that these two vectors having homologous regions at the beta galactosidase gene region. This is a beta galactosidase or laxi region of the lambda NM 616 and this is the laxi region of the Pmble 8 vector. The only difference between these two is that the Pmble 8 laxi region having a multiple cloning site and the lambda NM 616 beta galactosidase region doesn't having a multiple cloning site. So within the bacterial cell, a double recombination process may occur in between these two regions. Then the laxer region of the PMBL 8 may be transferred to lambda NM 616 and this region may be transferred into PMBL 8. So a double recombination process had been occurred in between these two. Then there develops a new lambda vector, that is lambda G7. This lambda G7 having laxi region of PMBL 8. See, this is the laxi beta galactosidase gene region of the PMBL 8. This having a multiple cloning site, but this laxi region is a mutated one, so it can produce only white colored plaques. Next thing is that you have to co-transform a bacterial cell with lambda G7 and another vector, that is PUC9. Okay, that is a bacterial cell that is co-transformed with lambda G7 and PUC9. PUC9 is also having a laxi region, that is a functional one, so there produces a blue colored colony, but for lambda G7 it can't produce a blue colored plaques. So within the bacterial cell, uh, a double recombination process may be occurred in between the homologous region of the PUC9 and lambda G7. This homologous region of the PUC9 and lambda G7 are laxi or beta galactosidase regions. So after the recombination process, the PUC9 laxi region may be transferred to lambda G7 galactosidase region, and this region may be transferred to PUC9. So there develops a new vector, that is instead of the lambda G7, now it is called lambda G43. This lambda G43 having laxi region from PUC9. Now we are going to co-transform another bacteria with lambda G43 and the previously constructed white colony producing PMBL 8. Okay, so now the bacteria having both lambda G43 and white colony producing PMBL 8 into it. So we all know that these both vector having homologous regions at laxi region. So this laxi region may be transferred to here, and this laxi region may be transferred to this region. So a functional laxi region with the multiple cloning site is transferred to white colony producing PMBL 8. Now the vector having a portion of DNA elements from PUC9. So that develops a PMBL 9 vector with the laxi region from PUC9 with the multiple cloning site. Okay.